Hi everybody, this is Greg Koopman. Today I'm going to show you a problem I ran into in Power BI. I wanted to bring in data. I wanted to make a report based on data that was located in an Excel spreadsheet on my Office 365 cloud account. Okay, so I went through a lot of gyrations to get this solution. Very simple, but it's not obvious. Okay, and I've saw in some other videos they seem to cut one piece out, which was critical to the whole thing. So I'm just going to show you this. And when I say in the title, this is a secret. Well, it's not really a secret, but it's so hard to find that it's like a secret. Okay. So let me show you, and the secret is going to show up very early in in my steps. Okay. So the first thing we have to do, again, we're going to go have a Power BI report, and we're trying to get the data in it, like I said, from Excel. So, but first of all, let's open up the file I want to bring into Power BI. So I'm over in my Office 365 account. I'm in my OneDrive, and I have an Excel file called Drill Down Excel SX. So I'm just going to click on that, and there it is. Okay, so now we got our sports and reading, teams, individual, bowling, and presidents, Obama, Trump, Clinton. Okay, so we got all that stuff, right? That's the data we want to bring in. So inside of Get Data, you're going to see this. We're going to use a web source to bring it in under. Okay, so you would think, well, I can just put in the URL here. No, you can't. It doesn't work. Okay, then you would say to yourself, well, let's just go over on OneDrive. Okay, I could go back to OneDrive and right click on it, go here and say share or copy link. Tried those. They didn't work for me either. Okay, if any of this stuff works for you, please put it in the comments so I can learn more. But it didn't work for me. It took me quite a while to figure that out. I went through probably hundreds of iterations to get here. That's why I make a video. So, so those all didn't work for me. Okay, so let's go back over to drill down. What worked for me is this, and it's not obvious. So notice I'm in the cloud version of Excel for this file. Okay, File, Info. And I saw in some other videos where they point underneath the drill down, which is the name of the file name rather, and they'd say OneDrive here. But it doesn't say OneDrive here. So I said, okay, well, it must be in a different version. It must have been an old video they made. Something was wrong there. I couldn't figure out why that was. So I said, oh, well, maybe it's a new version, and maybe I should just use share and share with people. Okay. Oh, that looks like it. Copy link. It looks just like what I do with a lot of sharing, right? Nope, that didn't work either. Okay, so let's go back here. So I went to File. And the way to do this, again, you see it, you go to the Info, and you notice I'm looking under there. This is what I'm expecting to see, that place where I can get the URL I need. It's not there. The way you do is you go to Open in Desktop Application. So you click there, say Open Excel. And now I have two of the same data open, one in cloud and one on my desktop application. So here I am in the desktop application. So I come back over to File. I go down to Info, and aha, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Drill down, the name of the file name, and right underneath it, now I see that link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. When I click on it, there's a copy path to clipboard. That's the one you want. Okay, that's the path. That's the link you need to save. Okay, and use in your Power BI. That is a secret. It's not a secret, but that's the way it is. Okay, that's the one. Okay, it's the main thing of this video. I'm going to click there. I'm going to go over to Notepad, and I'm going to paste it in. Okay, and if you paste it in these other ones, you would have seen that they're all a little different. Okay. And at the same time, I'm going to erase the end of this, okay, which was told to me in another video. So I'm putting these videos that I watched together, I finally figured this piece out. For some reason, they left this piece out in the video of going to your desktop application. If I haven't mentioned it before, it's all about going to the desktop application and coming to this spot. Okay, that's the key to the whole thing. Okay, so now we got our hyperlink, all right, our URL. Now let's go into Power BI. I'm going to go ahead and close up this desktop app. Okay, close that up. Still going to leave the cloud app on there. I'm going to clean up a little bit from my practice test, which is I want to get the what you'll see is this Sharepoint source will be in there. I'm just going to clear that right now so that we can start over. And this is good because if you run into trouble with your credentials and it doesn't even give you a way to log in or anything, it's probably because you have them in here and they're incorrect. So you're just better off just coming in here and clean it up like I'm doing right now. So now I'm just, well, it still needs it because I still have the data in there from my testing. So anyways, that's why I'm showing you this part, is just so that you run into some problems with this stuff, and this can happen in other things too. You go to transform data, you go to data source settings, and you come in and you go to, it looks like it finally cleared it. So now it's there. So some of my other sources are still in there, but I'm not worried about those. It's a Sharepoint one, which says Sharepoint. That's what starts the link. Okay, so now we're next step. Get the data. Okay, now we kind of a fresh start here. Get the data and go down to web. Okay, so here in from web, we're going to paste in that link. The link we saved in Notepad. Copy that. See, it says Sharepoint here. That's what I'm saying. That's why you get a Sharepoint source. I copy that and I go back to the Power BI. Okay, so I'm in the from web. I'm just going to go, I'm going to leave it at basic. I click paste, and there's my link. Okay, so I say okay. And now it wants credentials. Okay, if you leave it anonymous, it won't work. It needs your organizational account credentials. Don't go to Windows, don't go to basic, don't go to web API. Go to organizational account. Then you go to sign in. And here you're going to select your user ID for Office 365, right? Click there. Generally, it asks for the password. For some reason, it's saving my password internally somewhere. I'm not sure why that is, but it's got my credentials in there. It's not asking for my power. Okay. Basically, it's saved my. I'm already logged in to Office 365. It just needed me to select what user I'm put in. But many times it will ask for your password also, so be prepared for that. So it says you are currently signed in. So I am ready to go. There's no more setup after that. There's a drop down here. Don't select anything else. Just leave it at the top part of the default. Okay. So I hit connect. And there it is. So then there's my sheet one. Okay, as you see, my sports and reading and fiction and teams and soccer and ping pong and the presidents and all that stuff, right? So I go to load. The rest of this is really unnecessary, but I'm just going to go through it a little bit. Go to load, and there's my data over here. And you can watch other videos to figure out what to do with those data. But basically, all I want to do is show you how to get your data source set up for Excel via Office 365 from the cloud, okay? And the reason I'm showing this video is because I had a lot of trouble getting this whole thing to work properly because of that one area I call the secret, where you go from the cloud version of the Excel sheet and you go down into the, you open up the desktop application, and then from the desktop application, you go to info, and then you go and you can see the drop down for the copy to clipboard. You can go back through the rest of the video again and see that step, but that's the most critical step of this whole thing, okay? And that piece is what I want you to take away from this whole video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something.